Hello indie game lovers, nerds and nerdettes, my name is Feniks and today we're looking at Judgment Apocalypse Survival Simulator. The game is about to leave early access soon, so I decided it's a good time now to give it a go and have a look at it again. Okay, so here is the plan for this video. We are going to quickly talk about what this game is all about. I will show you some gameplay footage and explain basics of the game. We will discuss the developer conduct throughout the development. And I will give you my final opinion on the game and if I recommend it or not. I will try to mix it up a little bit so it keeps you well engaged. And you can have a look at everything that you should know about the developers and the game itself. Okay, so here we are in the game. As you can see, there are a few options. You can change your settings, as in most of the games really supports most of the resolutions. You can play in full screen or a window mode. And just the normal standard stuff. When we go to new game, you have different difficulty levels, including the custom one if you want to adjust it the way you want. So you will have enemy progress, needs, work amount and all that. You can change it the way you suits your playstyle. We're going to be playing on the Forgiving just to get us started and show you the game. You can choose the map seed so you can have a different maps, or you can play on the same map over and over again to get better, or even share the map with your friends. Start with the 3 colonies. They all start with different skills and traits. So Devote does more damage against demons. You have Scout, so patrol speed is faster and so on. So quite a few. So you start the game with this little prompt in here. It teaches you about the story of the game. Basically you've been attacked by demons. We are the only one surviving in the world. And trying to build the community back on and survive as long as possible. So let's start the game in here. Tutorial leads you through creating tasks and all that good jazz. We'll be doing that soon. As you can see, you have different speed levels. You can play on normal speed up to 8 speed. So you can speed up things and you can obviously zoom in and out as always in most of the games. Our first task is to build some sort of shelter, so let's get on with that. Okay, so we're going to start with building a log cabin, a well and a food table and a bed so our colonies can sleep. You don't even need 3 beds per colonies. You can usually survive with 1 per 3 colonies in here. They tend to take it in turns, so you can kind of manage that. Okay, you can create different tasks, so we're going to select the task, tell them to chop few of these trees. So we'll prompt them to do that. Let's go. We'll select one more task to gather some of the quarry of the stones. And for now that should keep them going. They will split in here. When you click on your colonist, you can see their statistics in here. So they have health, their nutrition that will slowly keep dropping, and their energy, so they have to sleep. Customize their looks if you want to. That's nothing we'll be messing with right now. And the priority, so you can select what do you want them to do first. Initially they all start similar, but then you can prioritize, like I want this guy to be focused on chopping trees, while I want this guy to focus more on chopping stone. Okay, we go to build menu. We have a few options. We have log cabin 4x4, that is like this. Or another one that is 5x4. We'll build a bigger one because we have resources for it, so why not? You need to think about defendability of your base. So if we hopefully create it reasonably well in here, we can create the choke points for enemies to come through. We're going to throw it here, that small choke point in here. Eventually we'll probably cut them trees and build some fences around it, but for now that will work. So we'll start building it. I'm going to add more tasks as well, chop some more wood, and they can get going with it. Our next task was to build the well. The well requires you... That's where the survivors will gather water, so probably placing it somewhere close to our base is reasonable, so they don't have to travel too far. So when we go to our colony inventory, you can see the drinking water is 71 right now, 72, and it's growing up. Our wood, stones and everything else is growing. We have enough food to survive for a while. Alright, so I always have people selected to build things for us. Let's explore a little bit further in here. When we go to colony management, you can see that our water will survive us for 4.2 days, and food will survive. We'll have enough food to survive for 3.5 a day, which is great, but we need to do more with it. So let's go to inventory, right click on the drinking water, and now you can select limits. I think we have 70 water now. I would like to have a little bit more, so let's set it to 100, 250, and they will gather enough water. You can do the same with food, because food will rotten and get spoiled. That's something that we need to be wary of. Okay, so we have our experiment table built in here. I also build the cabin in the meantime. In the experiment table, they will do research. So when you go to research tab, you have to unlock different research with the science points. In order to get the science points, you guys have to go to research table and actually do research. So what I did in here, went to priorities and moved the research forward, so they focus on research first, and we unlock some of it. As you can see now, Greg in here is getting our research point. Alright, with that we can unlock the farming and we can build 2 vegetable farms. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So as you unlock buildings, as in any other game, you can unlock farms. So we're going to build 2 of those. In order to build the farms, you need some wood and stone. So luckily we have both of them resources for so far. We're going to throw 2 farms in here. Our guys will be building this. Perfect. Alrighty. I set some priorities for my guys, so they will be focused on gathering water and farming first, because that's our survival priorities in here. So farming first, gathering water. And now we have to defend our base because we're being attacked. Going to improve our task force of 3 guys, and that's our first attack. So as you can see, there is a minor demon coming. Let me just let him out of the trees, and we'll be defending our base. So we grab all the people like in any RTS, and you have to pay attention to what's going on in here, because as you can see, there are defenses in here. So as you stand behind the barriers, you get better defenses. So you have some sort of shielding from enemies, depending how high they are. So the small stones give you small defense, bigger ones give you bigger ones. Only works against the enemy that shoot. And also the flanking is somewhat important, so we're going to move our guys in here quickly. That's the range. Marta is going to attack, Greg is going to go on behind, and you are going to go in here. Perfect. Okay, Marta, you attack, Greg, you go there, and you go there. Perfect. Awesome. As you can see, people come from behind and flanking attacks give you more damage. And reasonably well we defended our base, we get some experience, and we get loot from enemies. Kill the minor demon, we got some sulfur. We can go to base view and send our colonies to loot nearby location. There is 1 imp in here, there is some arrows and water. Minor demon with some scraps and stones, so you can look at different locations in here and try to scavenge them. As you can see, the map is quite big, so look at that. You can explore quite a bit of the map, and the further you go from your central colonies, the harder the enemies get. So something you will fight in here is significantly more powerful than whatever you will find near your base. Alright, before we go anywhere and start raiding some other sites, I would like to talk a little bit about the development for the game. As you can see, the game started in April 2016 and was first released in Alpha 5 stage of the game. Throughout the game development, we have seen 10 new alphas. Overall, my opinion of early access from this game that I have been following since it released on early access was great. I found developers extremely supportive and very well responsive to community. Developers have also given a talk on how to run early access, and also there will be a link in the video description and as well in the card that you can see right now that you can follow if you are interested in this talk and developers' attitude to the game. But with the attitude we have so far, I believe that the game will be great and will still continue to be updated after early access. Okay, let's skip the fight. Sending our task force of King's Men into this mission. And we're going to find some enemies so you can see as you explore the sites in here. As you can see, we're going to find this guy. You can auto-resolve if you want, or we can fight. I will fight just to show you how it looks. Start on this side, you have to kill all the demons around in order to complete the mission. So that's what we're going to do. You can also retreat if you feel that you messed up and you have to run. And they will try to escape the map, and whoever escapes the map will survive. Okay, we have been spotted, so let's move here. Andrew can stand there, he'll stand here. We'll get him from both sides, perfect. Awesome. Andrew will stand behind, and as you can see, damage from behind does significantly more to the enemy. Gain some experience, we'll loot some sulfur, scraps and stones, and kill the minor demon, perfect. Our next mission is to have 4 survivors. An assistant is needed. Someone in a nearby location has been chased by the enemy creature. Send a team to assist. That's our rescue mission in here. So we could use the king snakes and send a rescue to search a map for a cage for our guy that we try to rescue. I have to be reasonably quick. Alright, there is a cage. Let's rescue him. There's more enemies upcoming, so we need to send Andrew to protect the cage. They will be coming and trying to stop us from rescuing him, so you have to be quick in the missions. Andrew is fighting the imp. So far Andrew is doing better damage, so we are fine. But it's not the easiest task, and sometimes there will be a lot of them coming, so you have to really protect the guy who is rescuing. We rescued June. Everybody retreat. Alright, our colonies have returned, one of them have leveled up, so survivor get a new level. Okay, so your survivors start with the 6 levels and you unlock different skills for them. So accuracy 5%, or bow's accuracy 10% if he attacks with the bow. And then we can unlock more and more and more on different levels. I think accuracy 5% sounds decent, so we're going to take that for Greg. So now he has 2, gathers faster, and marksmanship 5%, awesome. Okay, let's look at the research available in here. So as you can see, we have farming that we already unlocked. We have patchworks, so that will improve our outfits. We have cooking, so we can have better food that will last longer. Water conservation and more about water and animal raising, so we can eventually raise animals. Now as you can see in here, the research go quite a bit. We have constructions, we can build better housing. Have gardening, that improves our gardening even better, and there is a lot research. Look how long this list is, and that's just for base. Crafting wise, we have our woodworking that we're working towards too. I want to unlock some boards so I can build a sawmill. Gathering resources improves that. Brick making improves our buildings as well. We can make bricks that will be important for building later. And again, list goes down quite a bit, including alchemical weapons in the future. So you progress quite a bit. Weapons as well, we can start with the little bows, going to composite bows later. We can have crossbows if you want to, we can have metal weapons, and eventually end up with heavy rifles, so quite a bit of progress there as well. Occult research, demonic origins, we'll have to research that in our occult library. So initially it gives you nothing really, you just learn about where the demons came from, but eventually you can get sacred weapons and a lot of occult research, obsidian armor, unlock blessed pistols, a lot. Rituals as well, you can perform magical rituals in this game. It's all about the demons and fighting them, so you can have that. You can have growing rituals that allows you to grow things. Water rituals will cause the rain. And quite a lot as well. Eventually you can have divine help and inspiration and locate survivors in the future, so you can build your colony quite a bit in here as well. So quite a lot of research. Okay, so here is the latest addition to the game, the traders. You can go to the trading menu and trade some of the items we have in here with whatever they provide for us. So let's see what they have. They have some Kanfun, Demonite, quite a lot of items. Okay, so that's how the trading looks. You provide them with some items and you get items from them, obviously as normal. As you can see, I can add some salad. I will buy some Demonite, some Mystic Vines even. Okay, the last bit I would like to show you guys is I created this magic circle. I can perform different rituals. So we're going to go and create a grove ritual. And that will make the trees to grow. Okay, Greg is nearly done. Let's see how the ritual ends for us. Alright, as you can see, the trees have appeared in here, so quite a few trees grown in the different random locations. So obviously we have to select them and mine them out, but it does help our base quite a bit, because you can then transform wheat into trees. And if you go into rituals, you can actually have a lot, so rituals will be your big help in here. You can unlock the rain to produce more water. You can see further away, you can spot more items. Some rituals will cost you money, so like unlocking this one costs research materials that you have to gather from schools. but it will give you more and more powerful rituals. You can mutate the souls and repel evil even. So quite a lot of rituals that we'll be using throughout the game. Obviously I won't be doing it all in this video. But I played for about 2 hours so far. As you can see, I have unlocked some of the research. I have weapons, bow making, there is more and more to go. And from what I'm estimating for, you can play for a good 20-30 hours before you research everything. As your base grow, you will be attacked more often, you will have to defend your bases. So the game will keep you busy for at least good 30 to 40 hours of gameplay before you reach everything that there is to unlock in the game. So I think that's decent for the game like this. The slow pace is much slower than the Rimworld, there is much less fights and fights are smaller scale, but I like that. I like that quite a lot because it makes it a little bit more realistic and there isn't a bunch of hundreds of enemies attacking your base wave after wave. There is no cleaning bodies, so that's kind of helpful. And everything is gathered immediately. The game is not a huge hit on Steam, but I think for what it is a really solid title and I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy the developers and the way they handle the early access with the early releases non-stop of new updates. And I think they perform exceptionally well for the early access title. And other indie game developers should take them as the example.